Yeah, I was in South Memphis. Yeah, I was in South Memphis, man. Yeah, I've been in South Memphis the whole time.
Pepe?
Hello. All right, folks. All right, folks. Again. All right, there we go. 3290. This is going to Denver. Again, folks, it's going to be a completely full flight. It's going to be a completely full flight, folks. All seats are going to be taken. Again, this is our 800 series aircraft. Holds 175. A group is already lined up. If you're still waiting to line up and you hold an A boarding card, 1 through 30 in order, left side, 31 through 60 in order on the right side.
Ako rin minsan yung ano, pabalik ko, parang ka. Ano to ka, walang sign din, kahit saan ka pa. Ah, ganun ba? Kasi sabi nila doon ako sa ano kasi yung iba ganon? Ano, di ba assign?
Yeah. First come, first serve.
Something other than that. So I'm looking to the side so I can connect with what's really wrong, the root problem. I understand a lot of times when we come to school, there are things that happen outside of school that affects our behavior, that affects our minds, and that it affects our emotions while we're in school. And so when we come to school, our teachers, our classmates, sometimes they're the ones who have to deal with what happens to us outside of school, right? So what I'm gonna need y'all to do right here, I'm gonna need y'all to open this.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody in the Gate area. If you're traveling to Denver, flight 3290, and you have a walker, stroller, car seat, wheelchair, anything that you would need assistance to help you get down the jet bridge, come see me at the customer service podium, and we will check your bag. If you were in the C boarding group, this flight is full. If you were in the C boarding group, you guys are the last guys to get on. Doesn't that suck? Yeah. So you have the chance to come up here and upgrade your boarding pass. If not, you can come over here and check your bags. Let me tell you, this overhead bin space is going to fill up quick with everybody ahead of you. So if you're in the C boarding group, come see us so we can check your bag or upgrade your boarding position so you don't have to do that. Other than that, guys, thank you and have a great day.
I want y'all to pay very, very close attention because what I'm about to say is very important. It's very, very important.
Up until 2016, the United States of America would take a 12-year-old kid and send him to prison with life without parole, with no possibility of ever getting out being free. So when I found that out, I started doing research. How is it that we can be the land of the free and the home of the brave? We'll take a 12-year-old kid and send him away forever. I realized that there was 2 other countries that would do that were starting to build up in Sudan. And the reason I became aware of that is because I was a child at 12 years old making wrong choices and decisions. Now most of y'all down here, I'm gonna talk over y'all heads for a minute. But y'all will get it one day. Whatever happened to you, I want y'all to listen to me. Whatever has happened to you, good or bad, it's not your fault. I'm going to repeat that again, because a lot of y'all ain't heard this before. Whatever has happened to you, good or bad, at this point in your life, it's not your fault. As children, things happen that we see happen, and we tend to blame ourselves. And I'm telling you, it's not your fault, whatever it is. So I'm going to back up and tell you who I am again. I'm Mr. Charleston. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I run an organization that's called Hype Youth Outreach. And Hype is an acronym for helping young people excel. I used to travel around the country speaking at prestigious college universities, going in and out of children's facilities, talking to children who have made wrong choices. And the reason I did that is because when I was 14 years old, me and 3 of my friends decided to skip school and go to the mall and steal jackets from the mall. In the process of us stealing those jackets and running out of the mall, there was a guy in the parking lot working on his car who saw what was happening and tried to stop us. In the process of this innocent man, who I see as a hero today, tried to stop us, my 16-year-old friend shot and killed him. So at the age of 14, I was charged with capital murder. Fresh out of 8th grade. I wasn't a bad kid. I grew up in a home where my mother, she was loving, she was very nurturing. The word nurturing means that my mother cared, she was very compassionate. But my mother worked a lot. Ever since I was about your age, I remember getting out of school and my mother would be going to work. So I would be at home by myself with my older brother, who was about 4 years older than me. So we kind of grew up with no mom at home. I really don't know my dad. I grew up without my father. I've never been spanked by a man. I've never been disciplined by a man. I've never been hugged by a man. I've never heard a man say, I love you. I've never heard a man say, I'm proud of you. I had uncles. I had male cousins. But they wasn't around as well. So when my mother was at work, I watched television. When I turned off the television, I put on my headphones. Now, you guys listen to Pooh Shiesty. Yeah. We had Pooh Shiesty back in my day when they was called NWA, right? So they was young guys who was rapping about what was going on in our communities. And so I listened to a lot of what y'all would call Pooh Shiesty, right? And those lyrics, those words, because my mother wasn't home, I didn't have anyone to explain what I was listening to, right? I just walked around listening to it. And while I was listening to it, the whole time I was feeling unloved because my father wasn't around. My mother wasn't at home. I was feeling unwanted because I wanted a father. I wanted some type of man to be in my life. So because there was no man around, I felt like nobody wanted me. I couldn't explain this when I was y'all's age. I didn't know what reject, I didn't know how to articulate, or I didn't know how to say I feel rejected, right? So what I did, I came to school and I found a man like Mr. Wallace, and I would act out just to get his attention so he can pull me in the hallway and talk to me. I used school to get what I didn't get at home. And a lot of times they said I was acting bad, but I wasn't being bad. I wasn't being bad. I was just acting out what I feel, but I couldn't say how I felt. But I can show you in my behavior. But it was certain people, like Mr. Wallace, who could look past my behavior, who could look past my behavior and see the kid in me. Because I was doing things that grown folks would do, because I was seeing things that grown folks do, right? Children, you guys, you mimicking what you see, and you repeat what you hear. So it ain't really you. It ain't really you. So it's men like Mr. Wallace who would pull me to the side and say, hey man, you're better than this. Throughout my life, there was a lot of Mr. Wallaces. When I caught a murder case, I had to go away from my mother. I was sentenced to 12 years. I received a 12-year sentence at 14 years old. My 15-year-old friend, he died in a high-speed chase running from the police. My 16-year-old friend who pulled the trigger, he was sentenced to 75 years in prison. They was all tried as adults. So I grew up in the juvenile detention center with other children who had done horrible things. And let me just say this. Good people do bad things, just as well as bad people do good things. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So when you see people in your classroom, when you see people in the hallways, when you see people on the playground, and they seem like they're trying to hurt people, they're hurt too. That's why they're trying to hurt people. Right? So how do you know what's good? How do you feel when you do wrong? When you do something wrong, when you tell a lie, do you feel bad? If you do something wrong to somebody, do you say, I'm sorry? Not only do you say, I'm sorry, do you ask for forgiveness? That's how you know you're a good person.
Me?
It's because when you do wrong, you feel bad about doing wrong. So going forward, right, this is what my mother taught me. You do right because right is the right thing to do. That's why you do right. You do right because right is the right thing to do. So growing up in the juvenile system, this is what I learned. You're gonna meet 16.
It's right there, right there. No, I don't care what it is. You just say family. I got it. Repeat, Carla.
not the positive video. They really don't care about the positive video. They just like the Rat Williams guy. That's why they hate on Charleston White when Charleston White show up. I'll be back on Clubhouse Monday. So yeah, when I get back, I'll be back on Clubhouse Monday. Me and yeah, I'll be back on Clubhouse Monday. So yeah, I got a special guest I'm gonna be introducing. I'm gonna be introducing the man who introduced Charleston White to the internet. So y'all tune in Monday on Clubhouse. I'm gonna be introducing the man who introduced Charleston White. To the internet. He out of Tennessee, by the way. Most people don't know who he is, but they're gonna see. Yeah, he the one discovered me. Guy out of Tennessee. He used to be signed with Ruthless Records. Used to be this big rapper back in the day, big time dope dealer out of Tennessee. I think he actually probably put Young Buck on. But yeah, so I'm gonna introduce him on Monday.
You remember that? That's what my friend said. I thought you paid $30 for it. Okay, because I was telling her at the counter when I was getting my ticket, I said, now I already paid for my luggage. And she said, no. Yes, bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. That's what she said. My friend said everybody yeah. So you got my personal baby down? Yeah, we do. Well, we met. I'm gonna go out. Okay. I'm gonna go out. Estaba muy tranquilo. I might go out too.
And as one of our city's most famous citizens would say,
I get $200 to get the girl $850. Mommy just, we just died. He said, you and Adam crazy. He said, you and Adam was, he said, y'all was funny. Oh, shit. How much you think about it?
Sí.
Why? So you gonna be there to pick me up? Okay.
No, it just says
Why do you have to go home? Okay, go ahead.
Tan linda. Amor está.
Somebody didn't show up. They didn't make a certificate.
está que está el de uno, allá en la 63, y está el otro, ¿cómo es que se llama?
Well, you see, just see.
Está el otro, ¿cómo se llama?
But anyway, it'll be all right. And finally that out.
Bueno, no, justo y bueno,
Oh.
está el otro, ¿cómo se llama? Olímpica. La 63.
And Southwest don't look that big, believe it or
La
not.
63, ¿no?
Ah, you got my favorite present for me. Yeah. Oh, she got enough babies, huh? And she still got that chest where she put all her toys in. I thought you brought her a ball.
Sí, mi amor, todo bien.
Yeah. So,
Mañana, ¿qué vamos a hacer? ¿Vamos a ir a almorzar o ustedes van a hacer algo?
no, we can't, we're gonna get her something, get money something.
Mañana.
Okay, then my,
Y no vamos a ir a la casa. Vamos a ir a almorzar. Claro, almorzar, ¿no? A las 2:20.
what you gonna give me for
Pero vamos a ir todos.
No, you know what I'm gonna do. Good night.
Charles. That's what most people don't realize. I'm walking in purpose, facilitating the vision and walking in purpose. That's what most people don't realize. That's where the boldness comes from. Yeah, that's where the boldness comes from.
Now, when I get out, I'm gonna try
Man, I'm talking about I met with the mothers. Man, I done cried with mothers in Memphis. I done cried with the children in Memphis. Done laughed with them. Done ate with them and broke bread with them as brothers. Man, done hugged. Man, say, I needed this. Yeah, thank you, Memphis. I needed this, man. The whole city. Everywhere I went, showed love. Yeah, I needed this, baby. Black love is black power. Black love is black power. I feel so powerful. I needed this, man. I ain't lying. This was a hell of a, this the way to end the year. Yeah, this the way to end the year. I needed this, Memphis. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, 8 out. I needed this, man. I ain't lying.
and I retired about, well, I retired from my job in 2010. And then I had a part-time job.
Them babies. And I got a Christmas list. From this one kid out of Memphis. He got a bunch of brothers and sisters.
No, we're not going down, we're going over.
And he an angry little kid, but all the teachers say he a sweet kid. And I saw him crying, and he was mad. He had tears coming down his eye. And I tried to talk to him, and he ignored me at first because he was mad. He had a pencil on. He kept hitting the pencil like that. And he didn't want to hear no Mexican Christmas music. So he sat down on the floor. And I sat down next to him. I got real close to him. I said, you don't like Mexican Christmas music? He said, I said, all right. I said, you don't like white people Christmas music? He said, I said, you just like black people Christmas music? He said, I said, me too. I told him, shit, give me a fist, my nigga. And he hit my fist a little bit. That's how I connected with him. So then I told him, man, listen, it's all right just to like your people music, but you can't disrespect everybody else and hurt them because you like your music, but it's okay not to like theirs. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can't be mad because they playing their music. I said, the only reason you can be mad, man, is if you ain't got no money in your pocket. That's the only reason a nigga's supposed to be running around mad. Nigga, you ain't got no money in your pocket, you broke. He said, yeah. I said, well, shoot, that's the problem. Nigga, you running around here broke. So I pulled out $20. I said, here, put this $20 in your pocket, nigga. Then that way you ain't got no reason being mad. The only nigga supposed to be mad is nigga running around here broke. Now you ain't mad no more, huh? He said, I said, there you go. There you go. So I looked down at his shoes, and I saw he had some old pair of shoes, you know, some old Vans. I said, what size shoe you wear? I thought maybe he were my size. I would go get him my new shoes. He said, 9, 9.5. I said, damn, I wear a 7.5, 8. So all the other kids were walking off. So it was just kind of me and him at the back of the line. So I turned around and pulled out all the money in my pocket and kind of ate it out. I said, here, go buy you some shoes, nigga. Get you some new shoes for Christmas. Come on, let's go. We gonna be all right for the day. As a matter of fact, you hanging with me for the day. So when we went down to the cafeteria to do the presentation, I saw that his spirits was up. He had a little bounce to himself. He didn't seem so mad. So I told him when I get ready to speak, I want you to record me. And if somebody say where you get this money from, I'm just gonna pay you $100. $100 to say you my cameraman. So come on. So when he recorded it, I told everybody in school what had happened with him and that he just made $100 for my cameraman. So after the presentation was over, I said, now listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go find your teacher and find that Mexican, that Hispanic kid that you offended, and I want you to give him this $20 and you go apologize to him. So far he got $120. So 100 for him and 20 for the kid that he messaged, right? So if you notice during my presentations, I said, hey, when you do wrong to somebody, do you feel bad? They said, yes. When you do wrong, do you tell people you sorry? Yes. And not only do you say I'm sorry, do you ask for forgiveness? They said, yes. So afterwards, come on, homie, let's go apologize. Say you sorry, and then say Feliz Navidad, because that's what they say in their language for Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Yeah. So we got to think of a way for niggas to say Christmas. Happy something. Yeah, something. So that's how we did that, right? So after all this was said and done, he kept saying, Mr. Charleston, there go my brother over there. I want you to meet my brother. So what I'm going to do is I told him, okay, man, write me 3 things you want for Christmas. Man, I'm going to be your Santa Claus this Christmas. Yeah, he told me how many brothers and sisters he had. And he said, so he wrote down what he wanted. So he said, I want a game for me and my brother, and a gift for my mom, and a Robux, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, the boy want a Robux, whatever that is. So what I'm gonna do is, he don't know I'm gonna do this, but I think he believe I'm gonna get it, but he don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go get this, then I'm gonna fly back down here to deliver it to him. So I'm gonna get with the teacher and say, hey, I got that kid's gift, and I want to deliver it to him. Yeah, so if y'all want to participate in this, make a Memphis Kid Day, that's what I'm finna do, boy. But it's gonna be wonderful, and it's gonna be beautiful. So I done connected with the teachers over at the school, I done connected with the community, I done connected with the youth, and then I done connected with the young adults. I'm talking about 24-year-old businessmen, 24-year-old homeowners, 24-year-old high-ranking military guys. And I done met some remarkable young fellas out of South Memphis. So, so you see I still got this. He gave me it, man. It's still in my pocket. So yeah, I'm gonna make him happy, man. And he talking about, I want something for my brother and my mama. I love that kid, man. Shout out to little Eldridge, his family. Paper Route Rue, little nephew, man. So, what you say, Roblox? Oh, okay, I didn't know what it was, Robux or Robux. I said, man, I don't know what that is. He said, it's a Robux. I said, okay, I'll find out what it is, but yeah, I got you, little homie. Yeah, Hype 12, HYPE 12. Hype is an acronym for helping young people excel. So that's the Cash App. $Hype, HYPE 12, Hype 12. So yeah, man, I want our community to know, man, that black people did this for them. So I wanted to let them kids know, didn't nobody pay me. This is not a paid trip. Actually, man, this was a very expensive trip during the time of the year, and then I booked it spontaneously, right? So, and then I missed my flight this morning. So yeah, so I had to pay for another flight. I done spent a lot of money, but a nigga don't go to church. A nigga don't go to church and pay tithes, so this kind of like paying tithes, right? I'm sewing into it, so I believe so much in coming to talk to the children where I spent my own money, my own dollars. So that's what I do. I don't charge to go talk to kids. Yeah, so if anybody around the country want to book me, man, I don't charge to talk to kids. Nah, I couldn't do that. So, yeah, it was worth it. It was very much worth it. It was very much worth it. It was worth it. um, and I don't want to leave. I feel like it's more I can do here. I feel like it's more. I feel like I can be effective here. You ever went somewhere and you be like, man, I can do great shit here, man. I can do some big shit here in Memphis. Looking at these babies, man. That's what I was telling myself, man. I can come here home and man, really implement some program. Get with Mr. Wallace and these other young brothers, homies, show them, put them in a position, give them the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding that I know with youth development and youth engagement program, man, and help create these moderate-based programs for, just self-awareness program for the young people in elementary. Then come with the street life cycles, curriculum for the kids. Uh, yeah, man. I'm gonna do a lot here, man. So yeah, let me go so I can just